Good morning, Paige.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Oh, I'm doing well. It's a good day. I'm just looking at
Yeah,
myself. I
yeah.
feel like I'm an 80s girl today. I'm ready for the flash dance.
Well, I'm just grateful that I was able to get my roots covered. It was a home
Oh,
job, but it was done.
hey, there's something to be said about a good hair day.
Indeed, indeed. And on that note, we'll jump right into our goddess chat.
Yeah, yeah.
So this week, our goddess of focus is Maya, and the theme that Maya is offering us is illusions.
Mm.
Mm. Yeah, it's a pretty powerful theme to explore. I mean, you could play with that one for a whole year.
I know, I
I
know.
think I explore it all the time, honestly, because it's such a huge piece of the yogic traditions and practices.
Yeah, tell me more about that. What what's your perspective on that?
Well, it's the way it was taught to me in my yoga teacher training that I took many years ago was that we we don't know we don't know if this is the real world and life, or if when we're sleeping, if that's actually the real, and this is just this is the dream state. So as we begin to self-explore and navigate, it reminded me very much of the Matrix, honestly.
I was just thinking, blue pill, red pill. What should we take in here?
Yeah, it really does uh, bring that kind of thinking into my mind whenever I think about illusion and think about that movie and about how they were
Mhm.
bending time and space, and then whenever they were out of that dream state, that their world was so
Mhm.
unbelievable, you know.
Well, and I
So
don't think, yeah,
yeah,
it's I,
yeah.
I don't believe to understand quantum physics in any means, but just that whole time space continuum, how time we're living parallel, so we may be living
Mhm,
another life
mhm.
right along with this one. Who knows? But we're all living our own story.
Yeah.
Uh, like I was saying before we started recording, in the four agreements, one of them is don't take anything personally because
Yeah.
we're all doing our thing, which sounds kind of bad. Like we don't really care about anybody else. This is
Mhm.
my story, but we live under the illusion that things should go a certain way, or
Mhm.
our perspective is the right perspective. And oh my gosh,
Right.
I'm just thinking right now with the whole Black Lives Matter thing that's gone
Mhm.
on, and
Mhm.
how, well, let's face it. I mean, I'm a white woman of privilege, in their eyes, and I'm experiencing the world a completely different way than our fellow humanity.
Yeah. Mhm.
And it we have to reconcile that because we are
Yeah.
living in this thing. But then Maya
Yeah.
says it's an illusion,
Yeah.
and
Well, and I think that that's an interesting perspective on a different level, in the sense of, like, thinking about the fact that as we move through life, like, we might find ourselves feeling a bit of resentment, or wishing we had what someone else had, because we see this illusion of perfection, right? And so, I think there's many ways that illusion shows its face. And one of them is in believing that the grass is greener on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
So what we do in yoga is we self explore and we self heal and we do the work to help ourselves honor the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And the truth is that this is the life I was given. This is the opportunity that I was given. How can I bring more love and spirit driven practice to my life so that I can release these attachments
Mm-hmm.
to these things that I want or think I need or think that I'm not allowed to have or there's so many insert word here, right? So
Mm-hmm.
we have these illusions that we can't have something or that we are deserving of something or that we have control over something. Like these are all part of the illusion.
Right. Right.
And for me, that's where yoga has been a gift to learn to navigate, explore within the truths,
Mm-hmm.
really get to the truth of the matter, get to the truth of our heart
Mm-hmm.
and to live from there.
Yeah, exactly. And that ripple effect when we're living
Mm-hmm.
and through and
Yeah.
out,
Yeah.
shining our hearts out and our heart light
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
practicing self-love because we're operating in the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's real. We're really no help to others if we're continuously chastising ourselves and
Yeah.
denigrating
Yeah.
ourselves and making
Yeah.
ourselves feel less than. And because
Well,
really,
right.
uh, anyway, but I don't think we, and we're not doing that consciously.
No, no.
And
And so I posted this yesterday with our Tools Tuesday.
yeah,
In yoga, it talks about the kleshas, right? So these are the veils. These are the
right.
illusions that we have in this ego mind cultivated throughout our lifetime. And it's just part of life. Like you have these parents that are teaching you things and then these guides, teachers and family members and so we begin to put on these hats of, okay, this is who I am, this is who I am, this is who I am. And when we begin the journey through yoga and other traditions as well, I'm going to speak from the tradition that I operate in, which is
Mm-hmm.
yoga. But when we begin to go within and witness within ourselves who we are truly, the true being we are, not this ego driven perspective of who we are,
Mm-hmm.
that's when those veils begin to thin. And when they're thinning, then we're able to shift the way that we think about things in the world and the way that we act in the world,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so Maya, the goddess, is the representation of understanding that you can lift the veil if you're willing to do the work, if you're willing to have the practices and the rituals and the different things that are speaking to your heart, to your soul, to wake you up. Because that's
Mm-hmm.
it. We're waking up from the illusion. We're waking up from the dream state of, this is success. Like I can tell you right now, there is so many years that I was like, well, if I'm not doing this and making this much money and da 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 da, da then I'm not successful. Illusion. Success is not decided by how much money that I make. What I have learned is success is actually who am I in the world? What am I offering the world? Is it kindness and love, or is it damaging and harmful?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And my efforts over the years of developing my practice has been to move from love. And that does not mean that I do not have veils that I still have to navigate. I do. I'm a mother of a 17-year-old boy. I mean, not every word that comes out of this mouth is gentle and calm and peaceful, and we end up in these places where I have to really examine myself and be like, okay, well, what charged that reaction? Why are you doing that? Like, what purpose is that serving? And what harm are you creating for this child when you act in that way?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm interesting
And
that,
yeah.
yeah, that we picked this card. Let's see, we just had the full moon, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
that is
Friday.
with a eclipse on top of it. And so there it's shining a light, and then it's on on that which needs to be
Mm-hmm.
peeled
Yep.
away,
Yep.
and we're in
Yeah.
that
Yeah. Mercury
energy now.
retrograde is going to help that too, because when we get into that Mercury retrograde time, it's like, okay, here's all your communication issues. What are you going to do about it? You're gonna honor
Mm-hmm.
that. You're gonna look at it. You're gonna be with it. You're gonna ignore it, and it's gonna continue to be. And that's
Right.
where I know I am right now with him, because we're in a big transition. He's about to turn 18. He's still got one more year of high school, but that one more year of high school is gonna go really fast. And so my illusion right now that I have is he gonna be okay?
Mm-hmm.
Is he gonna make it in the world?
Yeah.
And then that becomes this driving force of like, oh, I gotta make him be okay, and I don't, and I know that.
Mm-hmm.
But this illusion, this Maya that shows up when I'm not in a very present moment,
Mm-hmm.
that's when I have to go, oh, okay, there's some work there. And
Yeah.
honor that,
Yeah.
and not judge it. There's no reason to judge it. It's just the opportunity is risen for me to decide how I want to move forward with it.
Right. Yeah, and I've been taking time for introspection and to see where my
Mm.
veils are, my cultural biases, my judgments, because I
Mm-hmm.
like I'm part of this human race. I'm a spiritual being
Yeah.
having a human experience.
Yes, absolutely.
And my human experience isn't the same as somebody else's. We can look at the same thing with completely different lenses, and
Oh yeah, absolutely.
and I'm really it just kind of smacked me in the head recently that I need to take a look at that.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
and it's not a bad thing,
No.
and I think it's actually a good thing, because if we're walking around the world in this illusion and in this ego, we're not serving anybody, and
Yeah.
and it does us all good for us to do that inner work,
Right.
however it is that we happen to be doing it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's
And I
forced
think,
on us, and sometimes
yeah,
it comes to
yeah,
us.
yeah. And I think that it's important to remember that just because we're acknowledging that these veils, these illusions, through our messenger of Maya, that we don't have to sit heavy on ourselves about it. It's just an opportunity
Right.
to self explore, and just raising the awareness of of these illusions is just part of leading us closer to the heart and closer to that joy more often than less.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know that has been a huge piece of my journey in my relationships with women and with friendships. And I was just talking about this. We have a message here. It says, "This life is just a slice of the many parts we are, what we are currently focusing on." Yes. Thank you for
Yes,
sharing that.
yes, yes, goddess.
Yes, goddess. Um, but I know part of one of my journeys has been in believing that I had to do something to receive love back,
Mm-hmm.
right? I had to be in a constant state of giving to others in order for someone to love me and want to be a part of my life. And I've spent many years opening the doors for authentic relationships that are equally transparent. There's no expectation of any one thing that, you know, okay, if I do this, then you love me. No, I love you because I love you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because you speak to my heart, and you help me honor my heart, and you mirror back to me, and you hold space for me, and it's equal. It's an equal, because there's going to be some days I'm going to show up and I'm going to be a mess, and then there's some days that you're going to show up and it's going to feel like maybe a mess for you, and we just help hold that space for each other when we need it, and that's
Yeah.
amazing.
I don't know. I feel led to share, and I don't know if it has anything to do with the subject, but yesterday morning I woke up and I was just not in a good mood. I've not been sleeping well for a while now, and then my alarm goes off. As everybody knows, I'm up and on my way over to the beach to watch the sun come up. But yesterday morning, my alarm went off, and I'm thinking, I just want to sleep in. And I got up and I could look at the sky. It was like 5:30, so you really can't
Mm-hmm.
tell what my app is saying. It's cloudy, and I'm thinking, oh, I go
Yeah.
and but I want to go out to. I'm having this inner dialogue. I'm having like a fight with myself about, do I sleep in or do I get up to watch the sunrise?
Mm-hmm.
Do I sleep in or, and then it dawned on me, Paige, you're arguing with yourself over sleeping in or going to the beach. I mean, like, what is
Mm-hmm.
that? It's such a small problem. I mean, if it's
Yeah.
a problem at all, I had
Yeah.
to really kind of check myself in that regard. And
Right.
then
Right.
I had a nice conversation later on for my podcast with a
Mm.
millennial. And well, actually, we discussed that she's more of a Gen Z goddess
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
how she sees the world and her veils and all that.
Right.
And it just
Right.
is interesting. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. Just have
We
to keep
are,
reminding
sister.
ourselves that, right?
For
And
sure.
I am just so happy to be journeying with you and all the rest of the goddesses out
Mm,
there.
yes.
I I really do like when people share, even just
Yeah.
that one statement that
Yeah.
really we're just little little slice of pie.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we are so grateful for each of you, and we hope that this chat has inspired you in some way today. We got me too. We
Oh
don't know who
yeah,
you are because we're on the Be Live TV, but we'll message you back once we're done.
yeah, yeah.
um,
And watch us
so
on the
yeah,
YouTubes.
yeah. What's just on the YouTube?
YouTubes.
Uh, but we love these chats in the morning, and we're looking forward to having some of you join us. So if you're interested in joining a goddess chat, let us know. We meet here on Wednesdays, so it's we just schedule it, and you would
Yeah.
join us. So we look forward
Yes.
to more opportunities to connect with you all as we are
Yes.
continuing the journey of lifting the veils.
Yes, goddess. Woo.
Yes, goddess. So with that, we hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and we will see you next week.
All right. Bye,
Bye.
goddesses.
Namaste.
Namaste.